Hello Shakti, hello everyone, and today we're gonna discuss about Snowflake, and to do some analysis we're gonna use our platform StocksDojo.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. Very good. It's just very exciting company to talk about. What do you know about this company?
Okay, I think we both use Snowflake, and I've been working with Snowflake for almost 6 years. So I started using it when I was in the US, right? Working for Elements Health. Now, that's a company we'll talk about soon, as we both own that stock. As someone in the data engineering and analytics space for almost 18 years, I have worked with several tools, and Snowflake is my favorite as it has several advantages over other similar tools, right? So Snowflake was built from the ground up with the cloud and data sharing in mind. It also has time travel features. It's actually interesting. It's a very useful tool for data engineers and also data analysts. So you're a data analyst. You use it pretty much every day, right?
Yeah, I do use it every day. No complaints. Literally, probably the best platform I've ever used. It is implementing pretty much all newest technologies, integration with many other platforms. Um, Great
Yep.
thing. Just great shit.
And they've been adding a lot of new features, including artificial intelligence, AI capabilities. People are more excited about the new AI features. So, what about the stock, right? So, they went public more than 4 years ago, and at that time, it was a hot topic because Warren Buffett or his team actually invested a lot of cash in Snowflake, and they also got a nice deal. They got a deal at $120, but the stock opened at 240. So it was immediately double for Warren Buffett, and it just went going higher up to 400, I believe, right? And then it crashed hard and went to 120, and it has been meandering around that range for quite a while. But today the stock is back up to 240, and yesterday they announced their quarterly results, and it's looking pretty positive. Their earnings per share has outperformed analyst expectations, and their revenue has been growing. They announced that it has grown by 32% year over year, which is awesome. They project the revenues to be around 4.4 billion, which also beats Wall Street estimates. AI usage has been hot these days because over 6,100 accounts are actively using Snowflake's AI features on a weekly basis. And that's what the CEO told, which means they see a lot of growth in the future. They also expect retention among their existing customers and to grow their uh, customer base in the enterprise space. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think once you tried Snowflake, it is really hard to go to anything else. At least for analysts, for data engineers, really good platform.
A few more points to add is Snowflake is in the right sweet spot for data cloud, and companies are collecting insane amounts of data these days, and Snowflake helps them store it, analyze it, and make it useful. So it's a massive market opportunity for Snowflake, and they also have good partnerships. So we recently attended the Snowflake Summit in Sydney. What I noticed was they're building relationship with the big dogs like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. And instead of trying to compete with them directly, they're actually in a strong position as they're just working with them. So that's a good strategy going forward.
Their events is really cool. Oh, was there good food?
Yeah, good food, and also the crowd was huge this time. So that's what impressed me a lot. And I'm not surprised by the 20% jump yesterday. I should have predicted it, right? More and more customers are starting to notice the power of Snowflake, and this year the crowd was much bigger than last year. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, should we look at the numbers?
But before we go there, I'll also touch upon the bear case, right? So the
Yeah.
valuation for Snowflake is pretty high. It was always high. That's why I never put my own money in Snowflake, even though I work for Snowflake, right? So Snowflake is still trading at a premium compared to all their cloud players, the other cloud players, and the growth is available. I mean, it's growing at 30% or so, but the market is already pricing in a lot of future growth. So the stock is currently extremely overpriced.
Yeah. And while you are braining our platform, I want to remind everyone, please like, share, and subscribe, and you will hear more stories about different companies.
We are in Snowflake. And there you go. So 241 and yesterday 20% up, right? Awesome. And then the revenue, this is from last year's
Yeah,
financial statements. So
yeah,
revenue has grown by 29% and the free cash flow by 12%. So the fair value is 52, which is much lower. As I told you earlier, this stock is currently overvalued. But if we look at our growth insight, if they grow at 35%, which is what they're doing actually, they're very close to 30% pretty much every year. So I'm not sure if they can continue that trend, but if they continue that trend for the next 5 years, which is a daunting task, um, we can see for an 8% expected return and a 35% growth. Yeah, the estimate is close to what they are trading today, right? And
yeah.
this is possible, and if you believe that Snowflake can continue delivering 35% in the next 5 years, it could be a potential buy, right? And if you look at the chart, I mentioned earlier that the stock was almost at 400 at one point. Now it crashed hard to 100 and then back up to 240. That's where we are. Profit for this company, or even the revenue for this company, right? It's not that high. If you look at the revenue, it's just close to 4 billion, but the company's market cap is 80 billion, right? So it's trading at 20 times sales, which itself is a high valuation. On top
Yeah.
of that, the net profit is not going to catch up with that 80 billion sales price, market cap. So they have a very high PE also. That's why we don't look at PE, because that is sometimes misleading, especially for companies like this. We focus more on the cash flow, and that's why in our calculator, cash flow is the main hero, right? And the free cash flow for this company has been growing consistently. As you can see, it was 500 million in 2023. It is close to a billion now, and I believe when they release the 2026 reports, it might be much higher. And based on the cash flow, this company could be trading at a decent price if they continue to grow insanely at 35% in the future. Yeah.
This is cool. This is really interesting. Do they pay dividends?
No, this is a growth company. Usually, they are not
They,
in the
yeah.
position to pay dividends yet.
Yeah, if we compare Snowflake with some of technology giants like Microsoft, let's say, what would you say about the company? Does it have the opportunity to grow as much as, let's say, Microsoft or
So
Apple?
Microsoft, it's diversified. They don't play in one area.
That's
They
right.
have a lot of other areas to play with. Cloud is one of their functions. Earlier, I used to think that Snowflake would have a very tough time competing with Microsoft or Google or Azure, AWS, because they themselves have a cloud database, right? But what I realized over time is Snowflake is focused only on this product, while Amazon, Google, or Microsoft, they are focused on various other products. And when you are focused on one single product, you put in all your energy into that, and you come up ahead of all these giants, even though they may have a lot of money. I think Snowflake is much more nimble in releasing new products and software. That has outpaced the innovation of the other big giants. So in the summit, I noticed that Microsoft, instead of just rebuilding what Snowflake did, which they could, right? They have all the money to do that, but they decided to partner with Snowflake, because I think even Microsoft realizes that they may not be able to catch up with the speed of Snowflake, right? So that's how I see it when I compare with big giants.
That's great. Thank you, Shakti. And now should we look at sustainable development
Yep.
and what company is doing on that regard? What I can particularly highlight, Snowflake positions itself as an ESG aware tech leader. They're optimizing energy use, trying to emphasize their inclusive workspace, pioneering in ESG data integration, and maintaining strong governance. So all great words there. They have energy efficient data architecture. Great. Sustainable operations, tool for ESG data integration. They are rated low on ESG risks, one of the lowest. And I would say that there are no even major risks and scandals there. There is not that many concerns and criticism. Apart, do you remember last year, like middle of 2024, cybersecurity attack?
Yeah, but that was not a big issue, I believe. I mean, they were able to protect the data assets, and even our company was not affected because of that. But one thing that happened due to that is Snowflake has released some guidance on how to make the data assets more secure. Our company is now working on multi-factor authentication, so on and so forth, to make our data assets secure from external attacks in the future. So that scare actually helped Snowflake to realize that more steps are required. Yeah.
Exactly. And that what I wanted to emphasize. Instead of being a big scandal, they turned it into their advantage and worked a lot on cybersecurity. Right now they're so secure that I cannot log into the platform if I forgot my phone at home.
Yeah,
It's
it's a pain, but it's a necessary pain. So,
I see
okay.
that you have rated the
Yeah.
company and completely agree with
Okay.
your rating. I think we can just submit and look.
And there you go. Environment 65, social 61, governance 68. Above 60 looks good. I don't see any red flags. Good to go on this front.
Beautiful. So that was a great discussion,
Yep, it was.
and we will talk again about other companies very soon.